Okay, so let's talk about diet and nutrition. That seems to be the theme for today for me, so I feel like I actually have a lot of experience with this topic, and I've come to have a lot of great realizations that I feel like could be helpful for others. So my diet and nutrition journey started, well, I mean, it starts as soon as you're born, or before you're born essentially, but my interest in it started like in my mid-20s, so like over a decade ago, and it was mainly my interest, what was fueling my interest was a desire for to lose weight. So I just remember this belief that I had for the longest time that there was some kind of ideal diet out there, or right foods to eat. I think I was never like diagnosed with it, but I definitely felt when I read about it, something called, I think it's called orthorexia, where you're obsessed with eating clean foods. I think I was on the border of maybe that at one point, and I definitely had trouble at times with binging. Like, I would restrict and I would binge, but not to the point where I would ever make myself throw up. I hate throwing up, so I could never do that. And I also definitely dabbled with, I'm not anorexic and was never anorexic, but I would not eat, never consistently enough to have any effect, but I would purposely not eat to try to lose weight at times. So, you know, so there has been, so I've experience with desires related to food, and unhealthy habits related to food, unhealthy beliefs related to food. And I just want to share what I realized in the hopes that this might be helpful to somebody else. I want to share my perspectives. So I was listening the other day to a video from Abraham Hicks, love Abraham Hicks, and they said at one point in the video, food good. I was like, yes, food good. I think that is all we need to know. Food good. Because what ends up happening when you are on the quest, and this is from my experience, what ended up happening, I should say, when I was on this quest for like the ideal diet or the right foods, is you stop really listening to yourself, and all of your decisions are kind of made from your logical mind, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when it's not balanced with listening, with intuition or sensing, like, you know how you can just kind of, you can sense that you maybe need to have some soup, right? Or you kind of know, intuition, whatever you want to call it. So if all of your decisions are made based off of this like knowledge that you've gained, like intellectual knowledge, it's not going to lead to the ideal diet and foods for you, because it's not balanced. It's just all intellectual, and nobody outside of yourself, that's what I believed for the longest time, that other people knew what was best for me, that there's an outside authority of some kind that has all of the answers. And that's not true. Everything that you need to know starts from within you. Now, you might be led to read a book, you might be led to listen to a particular talk on YouTube about diet nutrition, you learn something from it, right? Like, I'm not discounting learning, I'm not discounting science, but I'm saying if you're always looking for that answer outside yourself, which is what I was doing, you'll never find it, because for every diet and every particular type of food that someone praises, there's someone that's also rejecting it. So that's the point that I got to, and that's why I came to the realization that I did, because at one point my head was spinning. My head was spinning. It was like an endless black hole of information. It's like this study contradicts this study. So then, you know, what do you eat? I got to a point where I was like, I don't know what I can eat. What can I eat? And I got boost, like I just got so fed up. So I think that's the biggest realization at this point. The most useful perspective is food good. Food good. Yeah, I guess that's it. I feel like there's more I could say, but I kind of just like that for now. Just like, I don't know. Sometimes too much information for any. I'm just thinking of anybody listening. Just like, you know, if you're at a point in your life where you're on that same path of like looking for that ideal diet outside of yourself, or trying to figure out the right foods to eat, just start listening more to yourself. And that's a little challenging to do to start because you're not used to doing it. But you can start now, and I think just the realization alone that the ideal food for you is specific to the moment. Specific to the moment, because there's so many factors that come into play, and there is an intelligence that is beating your heart and keeping you alive, that knows like the body wants to eat the foods that it will thrive on. So that calling is always there, and if you start listening to it, you'll be led to the ideal foods that are ideal for you, specific to the moment. And I think that's it for now. I still don't know how to end my videos.